Hello students, today we are going to start an important topic of mathematics, that is trigonometry. So trigonometry is a topic of mathematics, but let's first see what is a mathematics. Students, mathematics is a branch which gives us information about numbers and shapes. Now students, mathematics is divided into three branches. First one, it is arithmetic, second one, it is algebra, and third one, it is geometry. Arithmetic, what is arithmetic mathematics? Arithmetic mathematics, it is a branch which gives us information about numbers and four fundamental operations. That is addition, multiplication, subtraction and division. Usually in arithmetic mathematics we deal with numbers and fundamental operations, that's addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So it is all about arithmetic mathematics. We add the numbers, we subtract the numbers, we multiply the numbers, we divide the numbers. So it is all about arithmetic. Now students, algebra, second branch, it is algebra. In algebra, we usually use variables and constants. So this algebra deals with variables and constants. And students, now third one, it is geometry. Geo means earth and metry means measurement. So it is textual meaning is measurement of earth. But students, usually now this word have been precised, and the trigonometry is one of the main topic of geometry. Students, this trigonometry is one of the most important topic of geometry. A renowned philosopher of Germany told, namely J.F. Herbert. He told about trigonometry that there is perhaps, if it is possible to have a complete book of mathematics, then we have to put trigonometry in the middle of the mathematics. So by this statement of J.F. Herbert, it gives us importance of the trigonometry, how much important trigonometry is. Now student, we will go, I will show you what is a trigonometry, in what we are going to deal. So what is a trigonometry? Students, tri means 3. Tri means 3, gono means sides, and metry means measurement. Students, this trigonometry is a Greek word. Tri means 3, gono means sides, and metry means measurement. So it is a branch of geometry. So trigonometry is a branch of geometry which gives us measurements of the three sides of a right angle triangle. Students, it's important to note that this trigonometry deals with right angle triangle. So this trigonometry deals with right angle triangle. Now students, I will tell you about a right angle triangle. Students, let's suppose if we have this right angle triangle. Let us suppose this is A, this is B, and this is C. Now, as you know, in a right angle triangle, one angle must be 90 degree and other two angles are acute. Let us suppose this acute angle will be denoted by the symbol theta, and let us suppose this acute angle will be denoted by alpha. These are the symbols used for angles, to show angles, to denote angles. So now students, if I am going to work on this acute angle, if I am going to work on this acute angle, remember students, the side opposite to this theta, the side opposite to this acute angle, that is AC. So AC will be perpendicular, and this will be base, and this is hypotenuse. So students, if I am going to work on this acute angle, so side opposite to acute angle, side opposite to acute angle is always perpendicular. It is not necessary that we are going to work on this acute angle. It may be this acute angle. So if we are going to work on this acute angle, let us say alpha, then AB will perpendicular. Then AB be the perpendicular of this right angular triangle. So students, there are two acute angles in a right angular triangle. If we are going to work on this acute angle, then this AC will be perpendicular. Or if we are going to work on this acute angle alpha, then AB will be the perpendicular. So in right angular triangle, base and perpendicular will be chosen on the base of an acute angle. So this point is important point. If you are going to work on this acute angle, then AC is perpendicular. If you are going to work on this acute angle, then AB is perpendicular, students. Now, what I am going to show you, students, lot of mathematicians have done lot of work. As you know, father of trigonometry. Father of trigonometry, it is Hipparchus. Father of trigonometry is Hipparchus. So many mathematicians have contributed a lot. Now students, what I am going to do now, this is perpendicular, and perpendicular is denoted by P. This is base, and base is denoted by B, and this is hypotenuse, it is denoted by H. Now what I am going to tell you now, if we divide perpendicular by base, if we divide perpendicular by base, not necessary to divide perpendicular by base, we can divide perpendicular by hypotenuse. We can divide hypotenuse to perpendicular. So if we divide these two sides to perpendicular, two ratios have been formed. As you know, the ratio. What is the ratio? Ratio is comparison between the two quantities. So if we divide perpendicular by base, or we can divide perpendicular by hypotenuse, so the two ratios have been formed. Similarly, if we divide base by perpendicular or base by hypotenuse, another two ratios have been formed. Similarly, we can divide hypotenuse by base and hypotenuse by perpendicular. So in general, there are total 6 ratios. So 6 ratios have been formed, just like as perpendicular upon base, perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Now another, base upon perpendicular, base upon hypotenuse. Similarly, hypotenuse upon perpendicular or hypotenuse upon base. So in general, 6 ratios have been formed. So possible ratios, if we divide two sides of a right angular triangle, then the possible ratios will be 6. Now, what we are doing now, since these ratios, now we have to suggest a name for these ratios. As you know, if a baby is born, everyone is everyone is looking for a good name. So likewise, we have 6 ratios. We have to create 6 names. Now in trigonometry, there are 6 meaningless words. First one, it is sine, and abbreviation for sine is S, sine. Second one is cosine, and abbreviation for cosine is cos. Third one, it is tangent, and abbreviation for tangent is tan. Fourth one, it is cosecant, and abbreviation for it is cosec. Another one, it is secant, and abbreviation for secant is sec. Last but one, it is cotangent, and abbreviation for cotangent is cot. What these are? These are meaningless words. Why? These are meaningless words having no meaning in trigonometry, having no meaning in mathematics. But what are their uses? We have to use these meaningless letters to represent these ratios. But here it is a good question, which name represents which of the following ratio? So for that, we have a simple quotation, that is, some people have curly black hair to present beauty. So students, remember, this is important to note. So in this word sum, first letter it is S. So S means sine. So S means sine. Sine. So S means sine. Now another word, it is people. So first letter of people, it is P. Another word, now it is hair. So first letter of hair is H. So perpendicular upon hypotenuse will be represented by the name sine. And another, this is curly, and first letter it is C. C means cos. So now here in black, first letter is B, so means base, and in this here it is hypotenuse. So cos is nothing but base upon hypotenuse. Now last sentence, two, first letter is T. T means tan. So now another word is present. Present, first letter in present is P. So perpendicular upon base. So tan is perpendicular upon base. Now these are, man, you have to remember only these ratios. You have to remember only these words, because these three words are the inverse of these three. Means cosecant. So cosecant is cosec. Cosec is the inverse of sine. So means that hypotenuse upon perpendicular. So cos, sec is the inverse of cos. So means hypotenuse upon base. So cot, it means cotangent. Cot is abbreviation for cotangent. So cot is the inverse of tan. So cot is the inverse of tan. So it is nothing but base upon perpendicular. Hope you are getting all this. Thank you.